Today is the 26th of October 2023, 9 years after Senzo Meyiwa's life was taken by, I believe, personally me, as Clantis Dumakude, by a deranged, jealous boyfriend who wanted to scare his girlfriend by taking his father's gun to the Kumalo house and accidentally shot and killed Senzo Meyiwa. Yes, I believe this shooting was an accident. It was not intentional, but here we are. Unfortunately, we are in a phase where the state is hell-bent on pinning the death of Senzo Meyiwa on 5 innocent men. I said it again. 5 innocent men. The people that were with Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October 2014 have not been brought to the court. Yes, 3 have, but what about the rest? The key witnesses or eyewitnesses are not being brought to the court as eyewitnesses so that they can recount of what had happened on the 26th of October 2014. And deliberately so because they know that the truth lies with the remaining 3, possibly 4. 9 years later, nobody has been held accountable for the death of Senzo Meyiwa. Again, we are in a charade where 5 innocent men, yes, some of them are scumbags of the earth and they've murdered people or sold drugs or they found ammunition in their bedroom without a search warrant. Still, that does not make them the murderers of Senzo Meyiwa. One of the 6 or 7 people that were with Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October 2014 is the killer. And I said earlier in this video, I believe it was by a deranged boyfriend who wanted to scare his girlfriend with his father's gun and accidentally shot and killed Senzo Meyiwa. Perhaps Senzo Meyiwa stood up to defend this girl, and as a result, he caught a bullet in his chest, and unfortunately, he passed on. No justice served. 9 years later. Hello everyone, my name is Clantis and welcome to the clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I cannot be as hyper and entertaining like I always am on this video because today it is indeed a somber day. It's so somber because I don't see justice served in this case. As long as Kelly Kumalo, her mother, as well as Mapire and all the other people that were eyewitnesses and the one that also washed off the crime scene are not on the stand, this is not justice at all. As long as the Brigadier Geninda and all of the other police officers that were involved and trying to cover up the real killer, justice will never be served in this case. So please do me a favor by smashing the like button for me so that the algorithm will push this video far and wide so I can go and fetch out some more clan members. So guys, let's get into this video where we are going to the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, which is held at the North Gauteng High Court by a judge I still believe is presiding over an unfair trial. So in the North Gauteng High Court, once again, the spotlight is on Bongani Ntanzi, that is accused number 2. And this time around, we have an officer by the name of Lieutenant Colonel Solomon Ramaphodu or something like that, or Rampudu, who is basically, I think, also is lying through his teeth and is one of the police officers that were trained as a police officer in the 80s. As you guys already know, police officers, as far as I'm concerned, if you are a lover of history as much as I am, you would know that most of the black people that were trained as police under the apartheid system, their job was one and one only, is to fetch political freedom fighters, suffocate them, torture them, assault them until they gave up their comrades or the comrades that the apartheid system wanted directly than the small fish. And guys, these guys, they learned all the tactics of how to abstract a confession out of you simply by not touching you with their physical hands and punching you and bruising you with all different rainbow colors on your face, body, and everywhere else. All they do is drown you. If they don't drown you, they tube you. If they don't tube you, they clip some, what do you call this, electric wires on your private area until you rat out the truth. So I do not trust any police officer that was trained in the 80s because I don't believe that they understand the constitutional dispensation that the policing of the country ought to be exercising or practicing. So now we have a Rapudu, So now we have a Rapado. Now we have a Colonel Rapado that is on the stand lying through his teeth because he knows very well what had transpired with accused number 2 in abstracting a confession out of him. So it turns out that on the 19th of June 2020, Ndanzi made a confession to this particular colonel, who says that Ndanzi gave this confession freely as well as voluntarily, and he stuck to his lies. He's gone all through his testimony, saying that Ndanzi did give this confession freely and voluntarily. Of course, Bongani Ndanzi, which is accused number 2, is disputing whatever this Rapado is saying on the stand, saying that that is actually not true, because he was tortured, he was assaulted, he was tubed by a number of police officers, including Metro police officers. And this Rapado is saying, no, that did not transpire. And Ndanzi made a confession freely and voluntarily before him. If you noticed, Rapado, when he was testifying, he was not like Hadebe, who would elaborate and go around the bushes when he was asked one simple question. Rapado was either one-word answer or a one-sentence answer, which I think is actually a very wise thing to do when you are in court, so that if you are lying, you do not entangle yourself with your lies. When you are asked the question in a different way and then you give a different answer from what you had already answered. He was very cautious, very careful in how he was delivering this lie to the court. Rapado continued to testify in court under cross-examination from Advocate Mgomezulu that Ndanzi did sign the confession freely and voluntarily, even attached his thumbprint on the confession because he was doing it freely and voluntarily. Through his lawyer, Ndanzi denied that he ever signed a statement. If anything, the head investigator, Brigadier Ginindi, came with a document that was already prepared, and then he told Ndanzi straight on his face that if he does not sign this document, these men, meaning the police officers, including Rapado, who was present during his torture as well as his assault, that they would carry on assaulting him until he signs this document. So much so that when Ndanzi was being beaten almost to a pulp, of course not physically, so that you can see the injuries, but of course they were messing up with his psychology by tubing him until he made a confession. So much so that when he was in a bad condition, meaning probably he was kind of like at the last phase of his life, this particular witness asked the police officers that were busy assaulting him, tubing him, of course, he was inquiring if he was dead. How do you do that to another human's child? Imagine that is done to your child. You know, I keep saying that what you do to other people, irrespective of what your profession is, you may not be the one that is going to carry the punishment. Your children would. Maybe it's going to be far worse than it was for the people that you had done that thing to. So I do not understand why some people are hell-bent on making sure that they cause pain on other human beings and think that life, God, universe, or their ancestors will just fold their arms and say, yeah, please do so. I will not do anything to you. How do you do that? How do you sleep at night knowing that you almost came this close to killing another woman's child, another man's child? I don't get that. I will never get that, honestly speaking. But as the saying goes, every dog has its day. Like karma will get you one day. Ndanzi said he never signed any document freely and voluntarily. Where do you even begin to do that to another human being, especially a young man? I don't get it. How do you use your uniform, the ones that taxpayers pay for, the job that puts food on your table, possibly even the man that you are busy assaulting and threatening him that you are going to take away his life if he does not sign a lie? How do you sleep at night? How do you look at yourself in the mirror? How heartless are you? How evil are you? Karma will get you. Rapado stuck to his guns and said, no, accused number 2 signed the confession freely and voluntarily. At this point, I was like, yeah, he's going to say it again, just like the previous witness who was stuck to pro forma, and now we have this one freely and voluntarily. Like, so just as we thought, this has come to an end where Advocate Baloyi kind of like gives the defense drips and drabs of documents. Another one emerged this morning, apparently. And of course, this rendered the defense asking for more time so that they can go and look at this statement. And apparently this statement comes from another police officer who is going to, in the statement, talks about the arrest and detention of accused number 2, which is Bongani Ntanzi. Of course, the judge was very irritated. And in my mind, I'm like, sir, instead of reprimanding Baloyi, instead what you are doing, you are throwing shade at the defense by saying you do not appreciate these postponements. I'm like, reprimand the state, sir. That's what you need to do. Stop it. Get everybody that needs to get all the documents before this court and give it to the defense so that we do not have these delays. What's so difficult to do that? I don't get it. I'm so sorry. I thought I was just going to be a little bit mellow today, but clearly this man really does get under my collar. Very hot under my collar, because I'm like, reprimand the state. And then Baloyi stands up and basically patronizes the entire defense team, the people of South Africa, and says that in a trial within a trial, things develop, new statements emerge as the trial continues to happen. It's as if he's saying that somebody whom we are busy trying to get this case to be alive again might be sitting at home and watching this on television, YouTube, or wherever, might write a statement and say, oh, actually, I remember on this particular day, 1, 2, 3 that we did, and then submits to Kininda. Kininda submits to Baloyi, and Baloyi submits to the defense, and the defense now is in disarray. And now many people are literally blaming the defense for asking for more time. This needs to be a fair trial. How is it going to be a fair trial if the defense does not ask for more time? If really you are seeking for justice for Senzo Meyiwa, you would say, okay, no, this is fair enough. If they got the statements this morning, then give them time to go and study these statements. But no, Baloyi is trying to get the defense to look bad in the public eye by bringing these so-called the developed statements because we are in a trial within a trial. I'm like, sir, come on. Why do you think we are dumb? Yes, our education system is watered down so that we become sheep and accept anything and everything that you guys do. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen because people are intelligent. Okay. Some people are intelligent, while some, unfortunately, the intelligence bus passed their township. But anyways, I was quite mad actually when I saw Advocate Baloyi patronizing the people of South Africa when he tried to explain that, yeah, in a trial within a trial, there will be developments and new documents will pop from nowhere. And sir, really? So what are my thoughts about everything that transpired today? Okay, my final thoughts on what happened today is simple. Guys, let's look at this. It does not matter what Baloyi does. It does not matter what Judge Rata does. What matters is accused number 2 was arrested on the 16th of June, right? On the 17th of June, he was not charged. On the 18th of June, he was not charged. But when does he see a person or a person of authority is on the 19th seeing this Colonel Rapadu. And then he makes a confession. Mind you, he's not charged. He makes a confession. Okay, fine. He makes that confession. What about the 48 hours? What about the 48 hours? Because let's go to the Constitution one more time, guys. I am so sorry to do this to you. Let's go to section 35 of the Constitution, where it talks about this fundamental constitutional right that is afforded to every South African or anybody under the sun of South Africa that is arrested, detained, and an accused person. So let's go to section, let's see. So now we are in section 35, but we are going to be focusing on section 35 1D, Roman figure 1. Let's start with section 35, subsection 1. It says, everyone who is arrested for allegedly committing an offense has the right, then we go to D, to be brought before a court as soon as reasonably possible, but not later than Roman figure 1, 48 hours after the arrest. This is a fundamental constitutional right that is enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Act 108 of 1996. How does Baloyi, how is Rata, how is this Rapadu, how is anybody that is trying to pin this death of Senzo Meyiwa on accused number 1 going to succeed through this section 35? Because Ntanzi was not brought before a court within 48 hours. He was not charged within 48 hours. So all of this that is happening in court right now, it's futile exercise. This entire trial within a trial has ended the moment we found out that Ntanzi was arrested on the 16th of June. Okay, 16th of June, we may not count it. Let's not count the 16th of June. But what about the 17th and the 18th? What happened there? How are they going to explain that away? How is Baloyi going to explain that away? He realizes that, you know what? This 48-hour thing is going to be a pain in my neck. Let's bring the second statement. As if the second statement is going to eradicate the fact that Ntanzi was arrested on the 16th, on the 17th and the 18th, he was not brought before a court. The first time Ntanzi came to a court was on the 27th of October 2020. How are you going to erase all of that? How is Judge Rata supposed to ignore that when he's actually pinned against the wall by the Constitution? Section 35(1), subsection D, Roman figure 1. How is he going to navigate and worm his way out of this one? Because he cannot make a judgment that is different from what the Constitution says. So all of this that is happening is just a waste of time, the state resources, as well as the fact that they wanted the country to, for the state to be seen to be doing something for Senzo Meyiwa, when in fact this case died a long time ago. Even the trial within a trial just fell and died. It's burning in hell as we speak. So here's the verdict when it comes to this process that we are currently in. Inadmissible on the grounds that section 35, subsection 1, subsection D, Roman figure 1 was violated. The one that I just read to you guys. Done. Even if Ntanzi did kill Senzo Meyiwa, he's a goner, free. Why? Because our police, or so-called police, they do not follow due diligence. Now, Baloyi is literally flogging a dead horse. He's trying, Shem, he's really, really trying. And it's not going to work for him because this is supreme law of the land. Supreme law of the land. And there is nothing he can do about it to get this kicked out of this particular trial. He can't. So what are we doing here? Honestly speaking, what are we doing here? Okay, I know what we are doing here. We are observing everything that Baloyi is dishing. He's dishing a dead horse. There is no escaping the Constitution. It's a fact. So that is why I believe that when the main trial resumes after the trial within a trial, accused number 1 and 2 will be acquitted. That's my belief. If they are still part and parcel of the main trial, again, the section 35(1), subsection D, subsection, or Roman figure 1 was violated. Still, they are going to be acquitted. And then let's look at accused number 3, number 4, and number 5. I'm still asking, what is number 4 doing there? But anyways, they're going to look at everything else that has transpired during the main trial. And then before the trial within a trial started, it was the DNA. The DNA did not place accused number 3, accused number 4, and accused number 5 in the Khumalo house. Yet the eyewitnesses took the stand and testified that one of the intruders was wearing a hat. The same hat was taken and was tested for DNA, and none of the remaining three DNA was found on that particular hat. So themselves, they are free from this allegation. Yes, they are going to continue with whatever crimes they have committed in the past, and I say I support that. Let them continue serving sentences of crimes that they've committed. But for Senzo Meyiwa, 6 or 7 people were with Senzo Meyiwa when he was shot and killed in that Khumalo house on the 26th of October 2014. And I stand on that ground, unshaken or moved. Well, those are my thoughts regarding what transpired in court today. I say again, it's a waste of time, waste of money. I don't know what these Baloyi and Rata are doing at this particular juncture anymore. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Section 35 of the Constitution was violated on both accused number 1 and accused number 2. Now I'm interested to hear if accused number 3 and accused number 4 and 5, or accused number 3, there is double jeopardy matter that is actually hanging about that 9mm pistol with a bullet head that we, the clan, believe was planted at the Khumalo house. Yet the first response officers found nothing where this particular officer found the bullet head, including Musia himself, who said, I did due diligence when I searched, or what did he say? I searched diligently, and then there was nothing behind those glass jars. But no, comes this particular officer, lady, and she finds a bullet head. A bullet head of a 9mm pistol that's already serving 16 years in prison, or something like that. Double jeopardy. So you can see now that even accused number 3 is set to be set free from this allegation. What is accused number 4's problem? I want to know, how is he involved? Or maybe the spotlight is yet to come and shine on him. I do not know. But from what I am observing, he seems lost. Accused number 5, yes, Inkabi, that is well known to have been a murderer of 6 people. But then the DNA said he was never at the Khumalo household. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking the channel. Thank you so much, guys. I highly appreciate this so very much. Also, share the video far and wide, and also support other YouTubers when they upload videos. Like their videos and subscribe, because, you know, they got to grow those channels too so that they don't get deleted. Anyways, guys, I'll see you next time with a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.